Hey guys, how's it going? So it's the third day of the 40-hour week language challenge. So it's Wednesday today. It's currently 6:30 p.m. I did an hour of reading in the morning, same as before, getting up at 6:30. This time I didn't snooze my alarm. I actually found out in the alarm settings on iPhone you can disable the snooze options. So I did that. I got up straight away. I read. I left the house maybe 5 to 8. Got an hour of reading before that. Listened to 25-ish minutes of podcasts on the way to work in the car. Roughly 25 minutes on the way back. And also the time I was sorting food and eating that. I think maybe adds up to like an hour and a half total. At the moment, I'm just about to do some Anki reps. So if I just open that, I literally barely use Anki at all. So that won't take very long, maybe 5 minutes, if that. Also, what I did want to do today, go and do some classical Chinese at some point, getting ready. So I've got a lesson over the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. I'm not decided yet, and I'm going to be going over some texts, so I'm going to probably do a bit of preparation for that, do some Anki, and then probably watch some of that Share House program, which is kind of like the Chinese version of Terrace House. There's 2 new episodes out, so I'll probably do that. So I've just watched 1 episode of Share House. I actually also watched 20-something minutes of YouTube because I saw a video from Mr. and Mrs. Gao I wanted to watch. I did a bit of Anki. The time is just after 8, 5 past 8, so I've got about 2.5 hours-ish before I go to bed. I just uploaded a video on YouTube that I pre-edited. I just kind of did the thumbnail and uploaded it just now, which was for Chinese text analyzer tutorial. So yeah, plan is I don't want to watch 2 episodes of this today. I kind of want to watch a bit of Condor Heroes, so I'm not going to watch that now. Before I get too tired, I'm going to do a bit of classical Chinese. Then I'm going to watch 1 episode of Condor Heroes, 1 or 2 episodes of One Piece before I go to bed. So what I've got, this is classical Chinese textbook. So, this is chapter 14, and it's from the Warring States period. You also, write the author and the title. Because that was text 14, it was quite long. And the one I'm on at the moment is text 15, which is much shorter. It's by Mengzi. The next one I'm going to read out the main text is this. Probably what I'm going to do first is there's some of these practice stuff at the back. These sentences are basically just some exercises and you're supposed to translate to Baihuawen, but I kind of can't be bothered. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to read through the example sentences, see if I understand them. If I have time, I'm going to read this text and then that should give me some stuff to go over in my lesson. Something else I'm also doing in the lesson on the weekend is that I'm going through paragraph 1 of Diary of a Madman, because most of it's in Baihuawen. Pretty simple, but the first paragraph is kind of really complicated. It's classical, so I've printed that off, kind of looked up a bunch of the pronunciations in the text and some of the definitions, and I'm going to go through in more detail with my teacher and kind of ask about what it means. I've kind of got a rough idea already, but kind of try and do that a bit more. So yeah, I've just moved upstairs quickly, just the lighting's a bit better. One Piece computer mat my brother gave me, that's Rona Zoro, probably my favourite character. What I tend to do is make notes. So there's Liang, it's pronounced Liang in Bopomofo, which is it was one of the states in the Warring States period. Tend to make notes at the bottom. Some blanks here because I wasn't able to figure all of it out. So the thing about classical Chinese, you see, I'm kind of adding in these commas because traditionally in Chinese they didn't really have any punctuation. It was just kind of one stream of text. So you have to kind of figure out where to pass it. So you're looking out for things like, for example, at the end, a lot of the time they have characters like yeah, or this is another one that's common at the end is yi, and there's also another one, sai. So you kind of go through, and what I tend to do is when I'm going through is see if I can translate it to standard Chinese. So this one would be 庄子者讲过是两人也. So 庄子是讲过时代的一个人物. Yeah, is used kind of sort of like punctuation sometimes. Normally, I also went through the sentences as well. The thing is I find it hard to concentrate with this because I find it quite boring and start to lose interest really quickly, whereas most of the texts like this from Zhuangzi talk about quite interesting stories. That's it, and normally I get the kind of chapter to the start of this one, I sort of have an idea of most of it, and then maybe 1 or 2 things that I need to clarify what they mean in certain contexts, and then when I go into the lesson over the weekend I can just go through with my teacher and go through like that, and then probably also talk about what I think the meaning of the story is, what it's trying to tell us. But anyway, yeah, that's it for today. I'm pretty tired already, so I'm gonna just watch a bit of TV and then go to bed. And then that will probably take me to close to 6 hours, but I don't think it will be quite that. See you tomorrow.